By today we will end the discussion about the matrices and determinants. Tomorrow onwards we start with limits and derivatives, differentiability and continuity. Okay, that chapter we need more days to do, isn't it? So by today we end this. What you have to do is every day you have to do few questions. Okay, go through the sample paper, check whether you are able to solve the questions and all. Okay. Now let's do few more questions. Write down. If A is a square matrix of order 3, if A is a square matrix of order 3, if A is a square matrix of order 3, and determinant A is equal to 5, and determinant A is equal to 5. A is a square matrix of order 3. So A is a 3 by 3 matrix. And determinant A is, and determinant A is 5, not 3, A is 5. Then what is determinant 2A dash? What is determinant 2A dash? A is a square matrix of order 3, determinant A is 5, then what is determinant 2A dash? What will be the answer? The option is given like this: A is negative 10, B is 10, C is negative 40, and D is 40. What will be the answer? A is a matrix of order 3. How to do this? A is a matrix of order 3, determinant A is 5. We want to find determinant 2 into A dash. What you have learned? If A is a matrix of order n by n, okay, then what is determinant of Ka? What is the property we have learned? It is K raised to n into determinant A. Is or no? If A is a matrix of order n by n, determinant Ka will be same as K raised to n into determinant A. So here, what will be determinant of 2A dash? It will be 2 cube into determinant A dash. Okay, because A is a 3 by 3 matrix. So which is 8 into determinant A dash will be same as determinant A. Determinant A is 5. We know that determinant A will be same as determinant of A transpose. Yesterday we learned all these properties. Okay, so determinant A is same as determinant A transpose. So 8 into 5, which is 40. Which is 40. Okay. Okay. Is it okay, Aishwarya? Are you able to recall this one?
Yes,
okay. Yes. Write the next one. Next one. If determinant 2, 3, 2, x, 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 4, 9, 1 plus 3 is equal to 0, find x. Find x. If this is equivalent to 0, find x. How to do this? So we can take this as determinant value is equal to minus 3, isn't it? We can take like that. The determinant value is equal to minus 3. So when you expand it, 2 into x minus 9x. Is it correct? 2 into, when you expand the determinant, 2 into x minus 9x minus 3 into x minus 4x plus 2 into 9x minus 4x. So we get minus 8 into 2, 16x plus 9x plus 10x equal to minus 3. From here, find out what is the value of x. What is the answer? What is the answer? Yes, Aishwarya, once you complete it, you
Minus
can.
1.
-1. Aparna, is it correct? Aparna? X is -1. Okay, write the next one. Write the next question. A is a 3 by 3 matrix. A is a 3 by 3 matrix with determinant A is equal to -2. Determinant A is equal to -2. Then what is determinant of A into Aj? What is determinant of A into Aj? A is a 3 by 3 matrix with determinant A is equal to -2. So what do you know? What we know for any square matrix A? A into Aj is equal to Aj into A is equal to determinant A into I. Is it same as determinant A into I? So what will be determinant of A into Aj? Determinant of A into Aj will be same as determinant of determinant A into I. So determinant A being constant, we can take it outside. It is determinant A into determinant I. What is determinant I? I means identity matrix. Determinant I is 1. Okay. Determinant A into I. So it is determinant of A into I. If you want, we can do like this. What is determinant A? Determinant A is -2 into 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, isn't it? If you open the bracket, you'll get -2, 0, 0, 0, -2, 0, 0, 0, 2. This is determinant A into I. So if you take the determinant of determinant A into I, you have to take the determinant of this matrix. So that is same as -2 into 0, 10. 0 minus plus 4. So what is the answer? Is it -8? Yes or no? What is the property we have learned for any square matrix A? A into Aj is equal to determinant A into I. So here it is determinant A cube into I. Okay. Yes or no? Aditya, Tomlin.
Yes, ma'am.
Now write the next one. When will you say matrix is invertible? When will you say matrix is invertible? If determinant is not equal to 0, isn't it? If the determinant is not equal to 0, then we say it is invertible. Inverse exists. Otherwise, inverse does not exist. Okay, now look at this question. The matrix, write the question. The matrix 2 minus 1, 3, lambda 0, 7, minus 1, 1, 4 is not invertible. This is not invertible for, lambda is equal to dash. This is not invertible for lambda is equal to dash. The four options are minus 1, B0, C1, D, R minus 1. So that means all the real numbers except 1. A minus 1, B0, C1, D is R minus 1. Yes, what is the answer? Invertible. Invertible means it is okay. It is not invertible. Not invertible means inverse not does not exist. That means this value must be equal to 0. Determinant value must be equal to 0. So when you expand it, what you will get? 2 into 0 minus 7 plus 1 into 4 lambda plus 7 plus 3 into lambda is equal to 0. So what is the value of lambda? Tomlin. Anila Mohanan, what is the answer? What is the value of lambda? Anila.
Ma'am, 1.
1. Yes, correct. What is the value of lambda? 1. Okay, write the next one. Write the next one. A is equal to matrix. A is equal to matrix 200, 50, 10, 2. B is equal to matrix 50, 50, 40, 2, 3. Then what is determinant AB? Determinant AB is equal to question mark. How will you find determinant AB? Easily we can do, isn't it? Don't need to find the product. What is determinant AB? It is same as determinant A into determinant B. Use the property. Determinant AB is determinant A into determinant B. Find out and give the answer, Aparna. What is the answer, Aparna?
Ma'am, 1 minute, ma'am.
What is determinant A? 400 minus 500. Is that no?
Minus 100.
Minus 100 into determinant B?
Ma'am, 70.
70. Yes, correct, Aish. Then. So it will be minus 700. It's not 700, 7,000, isn't it? Is it correct, Aishwarya?
Yes, ma'am.
Shubham, are you getting this answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then write the next one. A is equal to matrix. A is equal to matrix 1 minus 1, 2, 3, 1 minus 2, 1, 0, 3. Find adj. How to find adj? Adj will be same as transpose of the cofactor matrix, isn't it? Adjoint of a matrix is got by taking transpose of a square matrix. Transpose of the cofactor matrix. So first you have to find the cofactor, isn't it? Adj is equal to, how to find the cofactor? Are you able to recall that value? Okay. Minor is given by Mij, isn't it? How will you get a minor of an element? You delete the row and column containing that element, isn't it? And the adjoint of an element is given by minus 1 raised to I plus j into Mij, minus 1 raised to I plus j into Mij. So you have to find the adjoint of all the elements. Will you find the adjoint of the first element? So for the first element, it is plus, minus, plus. Are you able to recall the sign value we have learned? Then find out what is adj. It will be, for the first one, it is plus 3. Then for the second element, is it correct, Tomlin? How will you find the adjoint? Leave the row and column. You'll be getting a 2 by 2 matrix. You find the value of that 2 by 2. Again for the next one, 9 plus 2. Is it minus 11? Aishwarya, is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And for the next one, minus 1. Okay, you have to take the transpose of this matrix. Karthik, what about the next one? Next element, 3. For the element 3, what is the adjoint?
Minus 3.
Minus of minus 3, isn't it? Already one minus is there. Here again we will get minus. For the next one, Shubham. For the next element, what is the adjoint? Yes, Shubham, if you leave this row and column, 3 minus 2, is it 1? Shubham?
Yes, sir.
Give the adjoint of the next element, Shubham. Minus 2. How will you find the cofactor? Not cofactor of minus 2. Capital Aij. It is the symbol we use here, cofactor. What is capital Aij? For the element minus 2. You leave the.
Minus 2.
How will you get minus 2 if you leave this row and column? And if you take the expanded, already minus is there, 0, minus of minus 1. So will it be plus 1? Yes or no? You have to leave that row and column. Is it correct, Aishwarya? Karthik? Aditya, give the cofactor of the next element, 1. It is plus. Okay, plus is based on the position, I plus j. If I plus j is an odd number, you have to put minus. I plus j is an even number, means you have to write plus. So it is 1, 0. Okay, 1 second, I'll check. Yes, 0. Then for the next element, for 0, it is minus, leave the row and column, minus 2, minus 6. So it is minus 8. Is it correct? Aparna?
Yes, ma'am.
And for the last element, give the cofactor, Aparna.
Ma'am, 4.
4. 1 minus of minus 3 plus 3, so we'll get 4. Yes. So it will be same as, we have to take the transpose. 3 minus 11, 1. 3, 1 minus 1, 0, 8, 4. Is it correct, Karthik?
Ma'am,
Yes.
3 minus 11 and minus 1.
Yes, minus 1. Yes. This adj. Okay, suppose a matrix 3 by 3 matrix is asked and you are asked to find determinant adj. How will you do this? A square 3 by 3 matrix is given and you are asked to find determinant adj. How will you find it? A is a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, the same matrix. You consider the same matrix and we are asked to find determinant adj. How will you find? How will you find determinant adj? A is a 3 by 3 matrix. Therefore, determinant of adj is a yes. Yeah. Again, now only we wrote that formula. A is a n by n matrix means what is determinant of adj? It is determinant A raised to n minus 1. Determinant of adj is equal to determinant A raised to n minus 1. Okay, so here in this question, suppose the question is A is given and you are asked to find determinant adj. Okay, one way is you can find the adjoint like this and you can do, but here it is a lengthy way, isn't it? Instead of that, what you can do, what is determinant of adj? It will be same as determinant A the whole square. It is same as determinant A the whole square. You can find out what is determinant A. Okay. Same way here also you can take what is determinant of adj. If you want to take the determinant 3 into 4 plus 8 minus 3 into minus 44 plus 8. So it is 12 into 3 minus 3 into minus 36. Is it 36? No, 38. Is it correct? No, 36 only. No, 36 minus of minus, it will become plus.
One 108.
You do it in the other way. Okay, I'll write it in the next page. A is equal to the same matrix. What is the matrix given here? 1 minus 1, 2, 3 minus 1, so not minus, plus 1 minus 2, 1, 0, 3. What is determinant adj? Determinant adj is equal to determinant A square, isn't it? So you check it. Are you getting the same answer? 1 into 3 plus 1 into 9 plus 2 plus 2 into 0 minus 1. So 3 plus 11 plus 1. Am I correct?
Isn't it minus 2? 3 plus 11 minus 2.
3 plus which one?
And 3 plus 11 plus minus 2.
Ah, yes, it is minus 2. Yes, correct. So what you will get? Is it 12 square, which is 144. Is that no? So previous one, look at the previous one. Are you getting the same answer? Is it 144?
Yes, ma'am.
It is 144. Okay, the previous one, we find the cofactor and we take. But which is the easy method? You can find it by using determinant of adj using determinant A the whole square. Is that no? So whenever some questions are asked like this, means you have to think it carefully and you have to answer it. Okay. Now write the next one. Cramer's method, are you able to recall, children? Suppose Cramer's method is used to solve a system of equations. Is that no? System of simultaneous equations. So first you are given with the system of equations means first we write the coefficient matrix D, D1, D2, D3. D is the coefficient matrix. How will you get D1? That first column, that is we remove the coefficient of x and there we replace it with the constants. That is D1. Then we find out D2, D3. Then x is given by D1 by D. Y is given by D2 by D. Okay? Is that no? Let us do one question in this model. Write down. Okay, we have solved this question by using Cramer's rule. Solve. Solve 2x plus 3y is equal to 10. X plus 6y is equal to 4. X plus 6y is equal to 4. So first write down what is D. D is determinant 2, 3, 1, 6. Find out what is D1. 10, 4. Instead of the coefficient of x, we write the constant 3, 6. Then D2 is the determinant. Instead of the second row, that is second column, instead of y, we write the coefficients 2, 1, 10, 4. Then what is x? X is given by D1 by D. Y is equal to D2 by 2, provided D is not equal to 0. Okay, provided D is not equal to 0. If D is equal to 0, then what you will do? Okay, first you complete up to this. Find out what is D, D1, D2. So what is D here? Is 12 minus 3, is it 9? Which is not equal to 0. Am I correct, children?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is D1? 60 minus 12. Is it 48? D2 is 8. 8 minus 10, which is minus 2. So what is x? X will be D1 by D, which is 48 by 9. What is y? Minus 2 by 9. Therefore, the solution is 48 by 9, comma, negative 2 by 9. This is the solution. Okay, but here you have to look at the concept then. If D is not equal to 0 only, we can say solution exists. Okay. If D is equal to 0, then what you will do? If D is equal to 0, you check whether D1, D2, D3, dx, dy, dz. Okay. If at least one of D1, D2, D3 is not equal to 0 means at least one of D1, D2, D3 is not equal to 0 means what you can say? It is consistent. It's non-zero means it is inconsistent. Okay, in this case, what you can say? It is inconsistent. If D is 0 and at least one of D1, D2, D3 is non-zero, then we can say the system is inconsistent. That means no solution. And if D is 0 and if all the terms, that is D1, D2, D3, all are equal to 0, then we can say it may be consistent or inconsistent. It may be consistent or inconsistent. And if it is consistent, and suppose if it is consistent means it has infinite number of solution. Okay, if it is consistent means it will get infinite number of solution, and the solutions are dependent solution, and the solutions will be dependent, and the solutions are dependent. The next model we have learned is Leonif input-output model. Okay, the next point what you have learned is Leonif input-output model. What you have learned in Leonif input-output model? There are two models, open model and closed model. Okay, all of you take the textbook or open your textbook, children. Take page number 156. Are you having the textbook with you? Or you all have? Yes. Take page number 156. Input-output model. There are two models, open model and closed model. Underline all those things. What is input model? Open model. Open model means in this model, the consumption is internally, it is used. The production is consumed internally by the participating industries, and the rest is consumed by the external bodies. Okay, the production will be used by them, and the remaining will be given outside, means we call it as open. It is open for all, if you remember. Okay. And what about the next one? Closed means whichever they are, what are the productions are there, they itself, only that participating industries itself they use, means it is called closed model. In that case, it will not be given for the outsiders. So in this model, entire production is consumed internally by the participating industries. Okay. So next is we are going to learn about the open model. In open model and all, first we construct the table. We write the coefficient matrix. We write the coefficient matrix. Look at there. Look at the notations used there. Aij is given by. We construct the coefficient matrix. Okay, Aij. How is Aij calculated? It is calculated by Xij by Xj. Aij is calculated by Xij by Xj. What is Xij? What is Xij? What is Xij? What is X12? Okay, X21, both are different here. What is X12 and X21? Yes, go through it and tell me what is X21. X11 means X11 gives the number of units produced by the first industry and it is used by itself. X12 means produced by the first industry and it is given for the sold for the second one. Okay, X12 means produced by the first one and it is sold for the second one. X11 means produced by the first one and used by the same. Okay, so Xij means produced by I and sold to J. So it is Aij is given by Xij by Xj. And this matrix, capital A, the matrix obtained using this is called the input-output coefficient matrix, or it is otherwise called technology matrix. And the elements are called input-output coefficients or technology coefficients. And it is called the technology coefficients. And we write the balancing equations. Okay, we write the balancing equations like this. Ax plus b is equal to capital X. Ax plus b is called the capital X, where capital X is the input matrix. It is, Capital X is the not input, it is the output matrix. And D is the demand. D is the demand matrix. And from here, we get the equation I minus A into, it is same, similar to the solving linear equations. I minus A into X is equal to D. Therefore, what is X? I minus A, the inverse into D. I minus A into D. This I minus A is called the Leonif matrix. I minus A is called the Leonif matrix. And we can solve this only if the Hawkins-Simon conditions are satisfying. And what is that condition? Determinant of I minus A is greater than 0. That is the condition. Underline that condition, children. That two conditions are important. It will be asked. Okay. The conditions are, the Hawkins-Simons conditions are, first one is determinant must be positive. Determinant I minus A is greater than 0. That means the diagonal elements, when you frame the elements, okay, the diagonal elements will be 1 minus A11. Okay, suppose it is a 2 by 2 matrix, means you will get like this: A11, A12, A21, A22. So it will be I minus A. I minus A means, I means identity matrix of order 2. So you'll get 1 minus A11, then minus A12, minus A21, 1 minus A22. So this one will be positive only if this is positive. That is 1 minus A11 and 1 minus A22 are positive. That means A11 and A22 must be less than 0. Sorry, less than 1. It must be less than 1, not less than 0. It should be less than 1. You are subtracting from 1 and it is greater than 0 means A11 and A22 must be less than 1. This condition only we call it as Hawkins-Simons condition. Okay, if we do the problem, I think we'll not be able to do. Okay, if we start with the questions, okay, we'll not be able to do. So we will be doing this question in the next class, tomorrow's class. We have one case study question in your sample paper based on this Hawkins-Simons condition. Okay, and one more concept is there in determinants. That one we missed out. Now only I remember area of the triangle. If x1, y1, x2, y2, and x3, y3 are the vertices of the triangle. Okay, then area of the triangle is given by half into determinant x1, y1, 1, x2, y2, 1, and x3, y3, 1. From this part also you can expect as many 1 mark question. Area of the triangle. If the determinant value is negative, we will take it as positive. Area of the triangle is given by half into determinant x1, y1, 1, x2, y2, 1, and x3, y3, 1. Area of triangle is 0 means we can say the points are collinear. If area of the triangle is 0, then we can say the given vertices are collinear. Okay? Is it okay? So we can do one thing tomorrow, one more period, we can utilize it for learning this. And next week, Tuesday, we'll be writing a test paper in matrices and determinants. Matrices and determinants. First, you solve all the questions in your textbook. Go through it. Learn all the questions. Okay? And then you'll be doing the remaining part. Okay? Is it clear? Karthik, Anila?
Yes, ma'am.
So start working. Okay? Okay. Hanan,